Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about the cars then, if I haven't already. I'm sure you've seen this one. This is the Cougar Classic re-release Orca 800 V2 ESC, all bells and whistles servo. Very nice car to get around. I'm kind of just pootling it around, to be honest. I've shaved the tyres off because there's so much grip here. No front wheels at the minute because they're drying, because we've had to do the sidewalls on there, like I say, because it's super grippy. However, over here we've got the old Mardave Cobra. This will go out for one round, and maybe one round only. I don't want to break it, to be honest. I really like that car. I don't know, it might actually be better than the Cougar. I have no idea, but they're the two vintage cars. Actually, also forgot to mention that I reckon I'm the only person running a brushed motor. I can't believe I nearly forgot that, but there you go. So, yeah.
Okay, so Mark is over here. It looks like they're looking at a also nice looking yoke, that one. How we doing, boss?
Yeah, not bad. So normally when we come here we do a little bit of vintage, like we talk to a few drivers. Today we're going to talk to Chris. Now Chris is he's been in the game, it's safe to say, for a long time, isn't it?
33 years now.
33 years, goodness me. And has vintage always been your thing, or have you kind of flitted between?
No, I've flitted between. I mean, I raced in the 90s, loved the 90s, started early 90s, obviously. Gave up a couple of times, you know, when you do, you get to girls and
life takes
everything
over,
else.
don't it?
Takes
right.
over, came back,
Yeah.
lots of modern stuff.
Yeah.
And then when vintage started to take back off again, definitely got back into the vintage.
And it really has taken off, hasn't it? I mean, it's definitely a class that Carl and I enjoy. It's a little bit more, I don't know, the vibe's nice. It's the cars are a little bit more easy to control. But what cars have we got here? These both your cars, are they?
These are both my cars.
Right.
So being vintage, I bought the main car and the reserve, the backup car.
Yeah.
Sensible thing to do.
Makes good sense, yeah.
So Lossy Double X as main car. Just fancied running it. You know, I've got 65 cars on the shelf, and you look at it and you think, I fancy
That
running
one's
it.
coming out.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
run the Double X, obviously the nice Kimball design, not painted by me.
That is nice.
Yeah, it's nice, and yeah, love that car. Really original. Nothing modded on that at all.
So you've tried to keep it as original as possible. Let's have a
literally
look, yeah.
the original.
Wow, yeah.
Graphite chassis
Nice.
on the back. Original MIP dog bones in there. It is completely as you'd expect to see it. A few nice little Trinity bits on there, but they were all original from back in the day.
Yeah. And do you normally go 10.5 in these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just do it as a matter of course now. Really pleased. Most of the vintage events have that as a motor limit.
Yeah.
It's still way faster than they would have been back in the day. So
it is.
You're still setting a car up, but you've got modern tyres and you've got some other modern stuff. So they kind of take it. But any more than that, and yeah, you're going to start getting carnage, I think.
So this is the JC10, and is it new? It's new out, right?
It's fairly new.
Yeah, and this is fairly new, and it looks nice. You were saying about the battery tray there. That's a nice feature, to be fair.
Yeah, so instead of having the separated cups like the original RC10 would originally come with, it mounts right from the bulkhead right down to the front, and you can just drop the battery in the original position. Want to keep it original.
It's a nice snug fit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Might have to get one of them.
They're a lovely thing. Probably my favourite two-wheel drive, I would say.
Gotcha. Thanks for talking to me.
We'll have some fun. No problem. Good to see you guys. And thanks for all your support and all you do.
So this is the B final. I was really stoked to have made the B final with such a pretty talented field of old school vintage drivers. They certainly do know what they're doing, but as you can see from the footage here, it's going reasonably well. It's not the quickest on the track, but that's totally down to me gearing it wrong. That is something I did get wrong, but this car did come out for one round and for the final. I just thought it'd be something different on the grid because no one else had the Cobra, so I thought it'd be quite cool. And it's such a nice paint job. I thought it'd be nice to get it out on show and show it off, and it didn't sort of disappoint. It was forgiving, really easy to drive, took the bumps really well, and yeah, it was just a real joy. I mean, vintage racing in the UK has definitely blossomed over the course of the last few years, and it continues to grow. What with a lot of companies now releasing re-releases and things, it's much more accessible. Parts are easier to get, and there are various places you can get parts for these very, very old cars. But there you go, that is the Mardo Cobra. I ended up coming 8th in the B final, which, you know what, I was pretty happy with that. So moving on to the other car, which of course is the Cougar Classic. Again, absolutely fantastic car on the day. It was super grippy, the track, and I couldn't really rinse out the power because it was tending to sort of traction roll, but nevertheless it is a fantastic car, and I've got loads of plans for that car. Big shout out to Matthew Tunks, who helped me out on the day. Oh, there's Paul Upton there. He ended up winning, you know. That car was absolutely flying round. Back to the Cougar Classic. Yeah, so with every sort of session it was getting better and better, and I was adding a bit more glue to the front sidewalls, and it's now got a fully equipped slipper clutch in there that I said I was never going to do, but you know what, it's a nice car and it deserves it. Anyway, so there you go. Great day vintage racing. Carl, I found you with some. Look at this here.
Look at that.
Look at that, I like that. Gav's here. When are you going to start racing here, Gav?
This is a bit serious for me. I just
You'll
like
be
messing
fine.
about. So I'll just be going woo, messing about, and everyone will get the up with me when I crash into them.
Yeah, but
And also,
it'll make for good
I
TV.
just showed him something called scrutineering, which I don't think he's ever.
None of my cars have ever been scrutineered.
That could be where you fall
There
down.
might
a
be
bit,
one or
to be
two
fair.
slightly illegal bits on my cars,
Yeah.
like arms, electronics, batteries.
Just about everything. But
Are you-
I would never do that.
Are you trying to say Gav's a bender?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a massive bender.
I take every advantage I can get. They don't call me Torpedo Gav for nothing.
All the bits going on here. All the cars. Alan at his desk, being very busy.
That's getting busier in a minute. So
Yeah, good.
All good.
Yeah.
All good. You're having a good time.
Yeah, you're racing, aren't you?
I did two-wheel drive
How'd you get on?
early on. So.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? It's a lot of high grip.
Yeah, doing two is never the best.
No.
Doing a show, but I never got to do this event before. The only time I was going to get to do it.
Yeah.
So overconfident, underdeveloped.
I like it. I like it.
But Jim's doing vintage.
Yeah, he's in with, I think he's
Never
in with
done
me.
it before.
Yeah.
In 35 years. Traditional Jim Spencer racing colour scheme.
Old school, mate.
And I think he's put it
taken ages
20th
to
out
do.
of 36. After lots of support of getting the car handling. And it's standard.
Stop.
It's standard.
Now you're talking our
vintage,
language. Now you're talking
standard
our
vintage.
language.
We will brush the motor.
It's not. Oh, hang on. Oh, well. Okay. All right. We'll let him off that.